Welcome to the Lucha Critics Podcast. This is your host, Candice.
Welcome to another edition of the Lucha Critics. Today we're going to be talking about the women's Mount Rushmore. Lucha Critics Women's Mount Rushmore. And before we get into it, let me introduce the panel. Today we got Josh. Say what's up, Josh.
Hello, everyone.
Hell yeah. And we also got Warren. Say what's up, Warren.
Hell yo.
Hell yeah. But before we get into the Mount Rushmore thing, we're going to go ahead and talk about the shows. We'll start off with AEW. Interesting stuff happening in AEW. It's finally getting a little more interesting, at least. I won't go into too much so that way we can get into the stuff that kind of really want to talk about. But Mark Davis looks like he joined Tom Callis' family. Looks like it's like not necessarily full-hearted, like he's kind of like reluctantly joining him just so he can get some money apparently. Will Ospreay ended up defeating him, of course. Asuka Discussion and Kyle Fletcher defeated Burley King and Buddy Matthews. Cool thing that happened on Dynamite, we saw Toni Storm as Mariah May, and
yeah, I saw that. Was funny.
Goddamn, the gear on her looked amazing, but it was also really funny because she was like spot on nailing her imitation of Mariah May, so that was definitely cool. Ricochet defeated Swerve in a weird way. Like the match was dope. I liked it, but the ending was just fucking like, what the fuck just happened? So Swerve was coming in for a Swerve stomp, but Ricochet ended up putting up his feet up, and it looked like it hit him in the groin, but it just kind of looked off to me. And then Ricochet ended up going in and doing his back elbow thing that he does, and yeah, picked up the win. Harley Cameron finally won and is looking like she might get that TBS championship match against Mercedes Moné at Grand Slam in Australia. Makes sense because she's Australian and they're kind of trying to push that. Daniel Garcia defended his title in a triple threat match against Kyle O'Reilly and Lee Moriarty. Definitely awesome. Megan Vine continues her ascension into AEW. Definitely like that. Love seeing her do her thing. Another weird thing happened. So Beast Mortos, I don't know if he's still part of LFI, Los Ingobernables, but it looked like he walked away from Rush and Drolistico, and there wasn't no, like, it just looked weird. I don't know. I don't know what to think of that one. So Drolistico, Beast Mortos maybe in LFI still. We don't know. After that, that whole weird situation that happened with Rush in the group, Rush went in, and we had, Max Caster came in and basically was like, I'm throwing out an open challenge. Whoever wants it, come and get it. You can't beat the best wrestler alive. That's his new thing. He's no longer with the Acclaimed. He basically broke up the Acclaim because he's going heel and he's doing his own thing, which I kind of like. Makes sense. But Rush came in and did a fucking squash match. He decimated this guy. It lasted possibly like 3 minutes at max and just beat the hell out of him. Crazy. And the last thing I'll talk about for AEW is the Cash Wheeler, Dax Hardwood, FTR defeated Jon Moxley and Wheeler Yuta. We're most likely gonna see Adam Copeland versus Jon Moxley for the AEW championship, and it kind of would make sense to like kind of move on from this story, like give us some type of finale, give us something to continue. If you want to continue this story where Jon Moxley is essentially keeping AEW hostage, or the championship hostage, and he's trying to make 100 Jon Moxleys to take over AEW. That's basically it. That's all I got for you. Learning Tree, Chris Jericho's still doing his thing. He has a thing going on with the Outrunners. But yeah, that's all we got so far.
Didn't the Guns make a comeback?
Thank you. Yes, so the Guns came back to challenge the new tag team champions, AEW tag team champions, the Hurt Syndicate, I should say. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, and I like that. That they come in. They've been out for a while. We also have kind of a Jay White turning face type of thing, because it's helping Edge. I keep wanting to call him Edge, Adam Copeland, out with the whole Death Rider situation. So yeah, interesting stuff is happening, and I'm it's getting my interest again. I'm liking that. But yeah, anything else you guys heard about AEW before we move on to WWE?
I mean, there might be a new member for the Hurt Business.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Let's go ahead and talk about WWE. Before we get into let's go ahead and talk about the latest releases that happened. I'll start things off with
it's today, right?
It is today.
Well,
right when I woke up, I was like, oh.
I saw some yesterday too.
Right, thank you. It started a little bit yesterday and then it continued today. So we got Giovanni Vinci, Isla Dawn, Blair Davenport, Akam and Razor, Paul Erling, Cedric Alexander, Sonya Deville, and the Good Brothers. Some names in there I'm like, okay, that makes sense, and others I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? In particular, Isla Dawn, like she's fucking phenomenal. She had with what is it, the not Fatal Attraction, what the hell are they called, Fire and Ice. So former tag team champion. Okay. Yeah, they were doing great work.
Just her, not her partner.
No, right, it's just her.
We don't know about the partner yet.
Exactly. We still have some days.
Did she want to be released? I feel like sometimes maybe people are like, you're not really using me. Can I just go somewhere else? Like I could see,
that makes sense.
Cedric Alexander be like, can I just go to the AEW and be with the Hurt Locker business for realsies this time? And Triple H be like, yeah, sure, go for it.
I have a feeling that may be the thing, at least for maybe Isla Dawn and Cedric Alexander. Pretty fucked up to have the Good Brothers get cut while Anderson is injured, like he's still nursing his injury, so kind of fucked up on that end. Sonya Deville also, I'm like, really, you guys didn't necessarily, no one was really into Pure Fusion Collective, I'm gonna be honest, but they could have done something. They could have done something.
I really think it's the name. Like part of me was like, I'm glad, like, if this means Zoe and Shayna are free now to do something else. I'm sorry that we have to see Sonya go.
Yeah.
But if we had to lose one of them, I would have chose Sonya as well.
Not Zoe?
No, Zoe has potential.
Yeah, she go for the mid card.
Yeah.
I see title.
Okay.
Sonya, I feel like Sonya was always good as manager, and like I was glad when Sonya was back, but I don't know. Again, if I have to choose one of the three, I don't want them to leave, but if I have to choose one of the three,
it'd be Sonya.
Like it'd be Sonya.
Yeah.
Wasn't didn't AOP get released too?
Yeah, a common Razor with Paul Erling, the manager. It's messed up because the Testament, the final Testament, had something good going. Like I kind of wanted to see more of that, but
I
guess
honestly, you just need Karrion Kross. You don't need you need all of them. The Karrion manager, Kross. I feel like he was retiring anyway, so that's just
true.
I don't know. It's just like, yeah, no, cool, leave me in the. I don't know. I don't. Also, I wouldn't blame them for leaving either, because they were just being basically squashes the whole time they were the final Testament. They weren't really winning.
That is definitely a good point.
I wouldn't be surprised again if they sort of just want to leave. Like Davenport, we haven't seen her on TV forever. Again, it's certainly not her fault, but I don't know. I don't feel like they didn't really know what they were doing with her anyway when she was on TV.
No, they need to let her wrestle for sure. She did. I honestly liked her more in AEW than what they were able to do with her over here as Blair Davenport. B Priestley, hopefully coming in soon to AEW again. That was her name in AEW and in Stardom as well. Hell, she might just go back to New Japan and go back to Stardom and do her thing in there. As far as Akam and Razor with Paul Erling, it would make sense to fucking go somewhere else. I don't think they're gonna go to AEW. Makes more sense to do NWA, honestly. They can use them, in my opinion. We might even see them in TNA. You never know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like most of the ones that got released might go to TNA.
Yeah, like the Good Brothers, I could see them in TNA. Yeah, or even in AEW again.
Even
Sonya is interesting. Yeah, I don't know what she's gonna do.
That was the one that I thought was interesting because I feel like they had a spot in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Like again, and we saw them backstage on Monday Night Raw as like EO left. So
right?
I don't know.
That was fucking random.
Yeah.
Just them in the background kind of snickering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay.
I mean, not to get too ahead of ourselves. You want to talk about in the background randomly snickering? Have we seen Shinsuke the past couple of weeks just always in the background going?
Oh shit, that's right. That is him in the background. But
it's the belt is just there.
Yeah. Let me see here. What else? Yeah, that is. Oh yeah. So this basically means we're gonna be having call-ups to the main show, and it makes sense. Roxanne, I'd love to see her go up. I'd love to see a couple of other people go up. Interesting times, man. Interesting times. Hopefully, we'll see these people soon in about 9 months in some new organizations. Let's go ahead and talk about Raw. Starting things off with the fucking, I want to say 10 minutes of Jey Uso and the crowd just going in. It's just me, Us. Day one-ish the whole time. It was great.
Whenever people like, I don't understand like why they keep pushing Jay, and
look at that.
Honestly, for a while I was with them. I'm like, I don't understand why Jay keeps getting a push, but then I just keep looking at the crowd and they're loving him. I'm like, no, that's they love him. Like, of course they're gonna let him win. Like, I know again, I still know a lot of people are upset that Jay won the Royal Rumble.
Well, even
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, even Tina was like, go with what's hot, and Jay's was hot.
Jay's was hot, exactly. If not Jay, it would have made sense to do LA Knight because how hard the fucking people are going in with them. But we saw also, Jay.
With Jay. By SmackDown, it was getting too long though.
The SmackDown
especially when they did the
one,
encore.
That shit was
like,
funny.
Listen, I know we have 3 hours, but like, are we gonna just spend most of it with just people eating in the crowd the whole time?
I felt like by SmackDown, the SmackDown opening, Jey Uso was able to find his feet a little bit more. He was less emotional about it. On Raw, it was showing he was fucking heart on his sleeve, man. He was going in, being honest about how he was feeling, about how he got to this point. And then we see fucking Gunther playing up the fucking heel perfectly, honestly. Telling them, if you pick me, I'm gonna make your life a living hell. Don't pick me. Go win that easy title over there with Cody. Damn. Pretty fucked up. And I love it. I love this direction that they're going in. If Jay does pick Gunther, which I kind of feel they might, I kind of feel like he might pick up that championship. You don't think so?
No. I do, but I'm like, how funny would it be if he chose the NXT champion instead?
Oh, damn.
Hey, Obi Fair will kill him.
Yeah, Obi.
I thought about it. I'd rather.
I don't know, man.
And I'm like, oh man, WWE does not believe in Jay.
That'd be interesting.
Because it's always like they're floating with Charlotte. I'm like, well, I guess they could technically float it with Jay too. I'm like, no, that'd be a waste for Jay. Like, he's got to go for the championship.
I feel like
like I want to see Gunther as well, but at the same time, I'm like, we've seen Jay and Gunther before, like a couple of times.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, I don't know if they're gonna want to keep pushing this match because, like you said, we've seen it twice. Once in main event.
if Jay finally wins, it would be nice and it'd be worth it. If not, it was like
What was
we
the
could
point?
have, yeah, we could have had someone else. But unless they go with teasing on SmackDown, Jimmy and Cody, especially with Cody turning sort of heel, but I don't think they're gonna go that route with.
It's gonna be John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
I have a feeling it's gonna be John Cena and Cody Rhodes too.
I don't think it's
makes
gonna be
sense.
Cena. I don't think Cena's gonna do a championship match on WrestleMania. I think we're finally gonna see Cena's first win in like years at WrestleMania in a regular match.
Mm.
I
Is he
I thought
a Grand Slam champion?
I think so.
Right?
Yeah, he's definitely had the United States Championship. I'm pretty sure he had the Intercontinental Championship.
Let me
Right.
check.
Because
I
that
mean, the
might
only
be an
thing,
option.
only
as well.
do NXT championships count to be a
No,
Grand Slam?
I think so,
No.
maybe.
I mean they
No, I think
should.
they're their
count.
own thing because you can do the NXT Grand Slam and then you can do the regular. I know for women's it counts
Yeah,
because I think they just didn't have that many belts, so they're like you gotta also be the NXT because like a lot of times I feel like some women wrestlers just go back down to NXT just to win the belt, like Becky did that. Like
true.
I need to be a Grand Slam champion in order to I gotta win this belt. So
Yeah, so Cena's not a Grand Slam. He hasn't won it in the Intercontinental.
he hasn't
Oh,
won. Yeah, I
shit.
didn't think he's won the IC.
Mm-hmm.
We could give him the
That's-
IC.
That's an option, right?
Oh my god!
Braun
What if he
Breaker
gets it
would
before
break him.
Sheamus?
Oh shit! Triple threat: Sheamus, John Cena, Braun Breaker.
Nah,
Sick match.
I think the best thing for Cena would be a non-title match at WrestleMania, because I don't know. I feel like we want to see his journey through the year to try to get the championship. Giving it to him already is what are we gonna do for the rest of the year?
You know what? What they need to do is give us an evil Cena. They should.
Yeah,
you know,
that too. There or evil Cody, one of those two.
It's a bit for Cody.
It's gonna be evil Cody versus Cena. I have a big feeling.
Also, I want to change my person for last match. I want it to be Joe Hendry, John
Yeah.
Cena.
I would love to see that. I mean,
And win the TNA and go into the still in the sunset.
holy shit, that'd be cool.
No,
They
I
have
feel
the
like Cena
partnership.
would let
Joe Hendry win.
Joe Hendry win. Yeah,
Mm.
Interesting.
unless the story calls for it the other way around. But
Mm.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll probably, I don't know. We'll see what happens in the next few days or next few weeks, I should say, and where the direction goes for the storyline.
I sort of thought Sami was gonna win the Elimination Chamber, but I guess we'll talk
Yeah.
about it. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, let's keep it going. We got Penta defeating Ludwig Kaiser. Love that. Ludwig Kaiser then, as Pete Dunne comes out in a post-match celebration from Penta, fucking Ludwig Kaiser blasts him from the back and ends up fucking him up and leaving him in the ring. And Pete Dunne is just kind of standing out there, just like, yeah, I'm a bad guy now. Menacing, just
Yeah.
standing there
I
menacingly.
I liked I forget which announcer it was. He's like, "Oh, Pete just butched that."
Nice. After that, we see Charlotte Flair coming into the ring and trying to get the crowd on her side. It kind of felt like, but the crowd's like, "Fuck you."
She was getting Hulk Hogan. That's what she was
She
doing.
was
She's
getting
got
a Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan,
Absolutely.
I was gonna say it kind of reminded me of Ace.
A little bit. Absolutely, it reminded me of Ace. For those who watch heels, absolutely, she wants to be the face. She's happy to be back, but the people don't see her that way. People aren't happy that she has this title shot at WrestleMania. So she should embrace it, and she kind of did in SmackDown. When she came in SmackDown.
She embraced it a little bit on Raw.
A little
Like,
bit.
And NXT too.
Yeah,
I didn't get to see
like
that.
she saw where it was turning and she went that direction. Which
Smart
is why she is good. That's why she is the queen. Like, it's just I don't know. I still think her losing the Royal Rumble would have been a better plan.
Yeah.
And just have her win the Elimination Chamber, so she can still get a championship. But
Interesting. After Charlotte Flair does her thing in the ring, we see the women's world champion Rhea Ripley come out and basically saying, pick me, I need this match, we need this trilogy. And she basically calls Rhea Ripley a kid. And Rhea's like, I'm gonna show you how much of a kid I am, go ahead and pick me. So Charlotte has a bit of a decision to make on that end, and that's how that situation ends there. After that, we see New Day. What's up?
I was like, should we just talk about the rest of Charlotte now, since we're?
Fuck it, we'll do it there now.
Yeah.
NXT. Did we talk about NXT? She comes. Yeah, she did show up in NXT.
She sold out.
Simple form. She comes out on all shows and just be like, I want to talk to the champion. Like, who do we want her to choose?
I would love to see Giulia, but I would love to see Stratton too. So on SmackDown, like we said, Charlotte comes out. She's embracing the more of a heel type of thing, and she's like, "Go ahead and boo me. You go ahead and whatever you guys want, because all I hear is money." I'm like, "That's the Charlotte. That's the one I like."
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton comes out and basically says, people keep comparing me to you ever since I started, and I want to put that shit to rest. Pick me and let me prove to you how much of a better version I am of you. Something to that effect. Charlotte basically calls her a child. There was a big distinction there that she wanted to make compared to Rhea Ripley. But then we see Nia Jax come out and says that she has a championship match against Tiffany Stratton, and that if she wants to become women's champion, a WWE women's champion again, she's going to have to go through her, not Tiffany Stratton. So we'll see who wins. Most likely it's going to be Tiffany Stratton. Yeah. And we'll see who Charlotte picks. Maybe not. You never know. Triple H has been stirring the pot.
So I guess out of the four options, who do we want to see?
I want to see Tiffany, honestly.
I wouldn't mind seeing the trilogy.
I wouldn't mind seeing the trilogy with Rhea, but honestly, like, it feels more impactful. I want to say it feels like more like a generation versus generation type of thing. The now versus the ones that came before. Like, I would love to see Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton with Tiffany winning. That's the main distinction there. Like, I want her to like establish herself as the new head honcho, and it would make sense to have her win against Charlotte. That's the best way to make her star propel even more. But that's just my opinion. What about you guys? What do you guys think?
Well, she has to wait also for the winner of the Vengeance NXT title matches too, between Bayley and Roxanne Perez. Yeah. And she gave Roxanne her flowers. She's like, you did a good job in the Royal Rumble, lasted the Iron Man woman. And she just told Bayley, like, hi Bayley, Julia, we'll see.
Interesting.
I mean, how bad it would be if it's Bayley versus Charlotte for the NXT title. It's like, really, guys? Just
I don't know how to feel about that
future?
One. Yeah, that's what I think. That's the perfect way to put it. Like, I want them to bring up. I want a new matchup.
Yeah, I don't see. I forget her name. The current
Julia?
NXT champion. Yeah. I don't see her losing at Vengeance, so I don't see that being I also see Bayley and
Roxanne.
Roxanne. Yeah. Be the WrestleMania match themselves.
Yeah.
Like no title or anything. So I feel like that's I feel like it's really gonna be either I want to go with Tiffany as well for Charlotte, because I think that'd just be a better match. I'd rather see Tiffany win as well, but it's Charlotte. You never know, and Charlotte could win though.
I just had a good thought. If they do the Roxanne versus Bayley at WrestleMania, I'd love to see it as an Iron Woman match. That would prove a lot, at least for the story.
Yeah.
It makes sense in my head.
30-minute Iron Man match.
Yeah. What about you, Josh? I'm not sure if we got your who do you want for Charlotte to pick?
Well, Well, I wouldn't mind the trilogy, like I said. It'll be for both of to prove who's the best between Amami and Charlotte, but also with Tiffany, because Tiffany is the new generation of WWE and the future of WWE.
And
I would love to see the end of the trilogy for those two be a non-title match.
Interesting.
Like The Rock and Stone Cold.
A little bit, yeah. Just be more personal. So this way, you're like, I don't know who is gonna win this one because, like, I don't know. I don't see them taking Rhea's title away from her. So I feel like that'd be given to her. Same time, Charlotte, they'd probably just give it to her the title. So if the title's not on the line, it's really more about who is better between these two. Yeah. We get like, and also like if Charlotte doesn't pick Rhea, it could piss Rhea off even more. Mm-hmm. So like when Rhea does lose the belt, she really wants to fight Charlotte.
True. I like that. That'd be interesting right there.
Yeah, and we give Charlotte more storylines that don't involve belts.
Yeah, that's a big plus. Definitely appreciate that one. Let's go ahead and move on to the New Day defeating Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, LW. I mean, fucking New Day coming out with a new song. I love that.
Yeah, it was.
That was better. That's the
yeah. With Death
Isn't it a different or like a composer that came back that hasn't like done stuff in a while?
Thank you. Because I was like, Death Rebel actually did something good. Nope.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, like I said, it's not this usual person who's been doing boring after boring entrance. Hence Royal Rumble people going, who's this?
Did you guys see the post or at least in the rumor mill that a bunch of wrestlers are like, can we fucking get someone else, please?
Yeah.
They hate their entrance music. No, I don't blame you. I don't know who it is.
I would. You gotta love your entrance music. Yeah. You gotta love your entrance music.
For some people it works, but for others it just didn't work. Apparently it's just me, Oos. That's Death Rebel. I'm like, all right, you get like a broken clock is right at least twice, so I guess that.
I don't. It works, but like I don't like that song. I've never listened to that song. Yeah. Also, it's like it's weird. It's like day one ish. Like, why is the ish in there? Where you're like, are you not sure of yourself? I don't know. I feel like it would have been a stronger song if Jay's more confident in himself.
Good point. Definitely. Going back to the New Day's entrance. I love the unicorn that kind of looks like a dragon. But if you look at it more, it's an actual unicorn. I'm like, all right, they're kind of keeping it still with the unicorn, crazy mystical shit. Yeah, definitely like because they also kind of made it look like Mortal Kombat, like
ish,
right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good job on production team for sure.
Also, I don't know if this is a new tattoo, but I finally noticed it. Maybe because like since it did turn heel, that me and Xavier have the same tattoo now.
Oh, Majin?
We both have the Majin. Yeah.
Sick.
Like mine's here, and his is like on his shoulder over here. So
he's had that for a couple years.
He has it. I haven't noticed it until like just a couple of weeks ago. I was like, oh.
And I'm glad that they're like, I'm not necessarily fixating on it more, but they're kind of like, all right, he's a bad guy now. So Logan Paul was in the stands kind of making fun of Rey Mysterio because they're going to be going up against each other for a qualifier match to get into the Elimination Chamber. So we saw that go down a little bit. I'm not sure, did fucking Rey Mysterio push Paul? Like he was like trying to punk him and he was like, bitch, get the fuck up off me.
I don't think so.
Am I remembering that wrong? Right. That match.
There was some interference. Yeah. Near the end, hence why the New Day actually won, and it did involve Logan Paul, which was unfortunate.
I think I also heard somewhere that they should change Kingston's finisher. Instead of Trouble in Paradise, it should be like Trouble in Hell or something like that.
I think Trouble in Paradise still works.
Just because they're bad guys or something.
Yeah, like he's taking you out of paradise, a state of paradise. You're like it still works. I feel like.
All right, good point. All right. Going on to Liv Morgan versus Io Sky for the qualifying match for the Women's Elimination Chamber, where Liv Morgan picked up the win. because of mommy. Yeah. And I kind of was like, man, why the fuck did... Can we... I understand that they're trying to push other people right now. Io had her year last year where she won a lot of stuff. But I don't know, man. It just was like, man. So I think
Io might still be there. She might have like a last chance qualifier.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
I feel like we might be seeing a slow turn for Io going back to heel too. Or
maybe. Also, where was the rest of Damage Control? Like, I know
injured.
Kairi Sane is injured. Asuka's still injured. When is Asuka coming back? Honestly?
I don't know. She's fighting for her life because she's scared of fans right now.
Yeah, fans, can you fucking stop? They're people just like you. You don't put people on a pedestal. Stop it. Get some help.
What happened to Dakota Kai? Like,
she got concussed, didn't she?
Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah.
I thought I saw her heard that. I didn't remember when it was or like when it happened. I was like confused. Like, I don't remember. Okay.
Yeah.
So no damage control. That explains why I'm like, where was damage control? None of them was like helping Io.
Damn, bro. She is riding solo at the moment, and we'll see where this kind of goes. She kind of like walked away from Rhea when Rhea was trying to like say sorry for kind of costing her the match there.
We could also just getting another match, like maybe a championship match of Rhea versus Io at Elimination Chamber.
True. They could be setting that up. Interesting. All right, moving on to Seth Rollins hyping up Sami Zayn ahead of his Elimination Chamber qualifying match against CM Punk.
In his Rob Zombie outfit?
In his thank you.
No, I was gonna say he looks like a mixture of Michael Hayes and Taker because of his hair is all yellow and black.
Good. That's good. I was like, who told him to look like fucking Undertaker? Who gave him this cosplay? Like, what the fuck?
I can imagine the back Becky going like,
right. Also, where the fuck is Becky? Wasn't she supposed to like show up like a couple months ago? What's going on there? That's interesting.
I don't know.
Living her mom life. Let her live her mom life.
True.
I think she might show up after the chamber to start feuding with Lyra for the belt.
Interesting. That should be interesting. Seth basically tells Sami, people keep thinking you are someone to step on. It's time for you to step on people. It's time for you to get your due. And you do that by snuffing out CM Punk. And well, that didn't necessarily pan out so well. That match was good. I liked the match. It was definitely a good back and forth. I didn't like that CM Punk one. I was looking forward to Sami winning, and then I know it doesn't make sense for the fucking story, but fuck me, dude. I really wanted to see Sami in the Elimination Chamber, and maybe even winning that shit, honestly. But no, Sami is not, and we might actually get his heel turn soon. So we'll see.
Yeah, though I guess, like, I mean, we might as well just talk about the match right now since we did see KO betray Sami at the end, giving him that pile driver that shall not be named.
Yeah,
the package pile driver. That is hilarious.
Yeah,
because that was Penta's fucking finisher for a long time in AEW. So that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I think KO was wearing a Jackass Forever shirt too with a heart.
No, he said Sami Zayn.
Oh, Sami Zayn Forever. Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, because when I first saw it, I thought it was Jackass Forever, but yeah.
Well, it's in the same style because I think Sami did that for his feud with Johnny
Knoxville. Best feud ever.
Absolutely, I agree.
But I guess Sami's injured as well, according to SmackDown. Who knows how long that will be? Hopefully, it's all. Oh yeah,
because he got the pile driver. That makes sense.
Yeah, so hopefully he's just gone for like a couple weeks. Maybe he returns after Elimination Chamber, or maybe during Elimination Chamber. Maybe KO gets in it as well, and he somehow screws over KO.
And there's your mania match.
Yeah. Interesting. That's how basically Raw ends. Moving on to
with CM Punk advancing to the Elimination Chamber with John Cena.
With fucking Cena. God damn it.
And we should also mention Liv Vance as well to the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, she beat Io Sky. Anything else before we move on to NXT?
Was there anything else in Raw? I feel like there's some other stuff. Oh yeah, Chad Gable's going away. Just going on a quest to become a luchador, I guess, or find one. I don't know.
I was wondering where the fuck
better
that
have
was
gold
going.
when he comes back.
I was really wondering where the
Finn's
fuck that was
getting
going.
a shot at the Elimination Chamber next week.
Nice. That's right. From because of Dirty Dom getting him that shit. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see what happens on the next installment of Raw. Moving on to NXT. Josh, it sounds like you were able to watch it. I wasn't able to watch it this week, but
the only thing I was able to see was the whole Charlotte.
The whole Charlotte situation.
Yeah.
I will go down here and just look at some of the things that happened. Stephanie Valkyrie defeated JC Jane. Looks like she might be getting a shot at the North American title. Fandango came back to the WWE as JDC, and he's going to be challenging Alexis King for the Heritage Cup. Ridge Holland continues his, I guess, winning streak, defeating Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Sol Ruka and Zaraya defeated Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. We saw Bayley and Roxanne get into a heated exchange. Charlotte Flair returns to NXT to confront the women's champion Giulia. Cora Jade ambushes Bayley, Roxanne, and Roxanne Perez and Giulia with a kendo stick, it looks like, or a bat. And let me see, Carmen Petrovich defeated Kalani Jordan. A-Town Down Under defeated the NXT champion Obafemi and Trick Williams. And then I also see, let's see here, Eddie Thorpe attacked Williams with a strap, allowing Waller to hit a Rolling Thunder to win the match. So it was Eddie Thorpe, that cost them the match there. Interesting. I'm definitely gonna have to watch this episode because a lot of stuff happened.
Because there's a little seed going on. They're starting the ascension of A-Town Under.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna
they had an interview where they're both saying they're gonna be champion, and they look at you like, "What do you mean you're gonna be champion?" No, I'm gonna be champion.
Nice. I like that. Didn't A-Town Under also they moved to Raw as well, right?
I think so.
Yeah, there's an exchange that happened. Couple other exchanges. We see both Drew McIntyre and what's the name? Senor Money in the Bank. Damian Priest. Both moving up to SmackDown. So I guess there is a reason why Damian Priest eliminated Drew McIntyre. Hopefully we'll see that storyline kind of continue, and we'll give some type of stuff out of that. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Fandango. Hopefully that continues. I like that the former WWE people are coming in as their TNA personality, and they're not changing it, because we also saw.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, when he came out, his whole Trident song said Fandango.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Whack. They should have just kept it the other way. We also saw TNA side, it was what's their Fran Axum? They're the current NXT tag champions. They put their tag team title on the line against fucking Dolph Ziggler and his brother over there in TNA, and of course Axum they won. But I like that. I like this continuing merger, weird, like whatever exchange they're doing with TNA. Keep it going, guys. Definitely love it.
I'm just waiting for a pay-per-view be called Worlds Collide. That's what I'm waiting for.
Right? Do that shit. Let's fucking go. Moving on to SmackDown. Jey Uso comes out. Like we said earlier, it's kind of getting tired. Let's kind of move on from the celebration. Calling out Cody Rhodes and basically seeing what he has to say about it. And for the most part, they kept it pretty like nice. They kind of reminisced about being tag team champions with each other and having that famous post interview with the press. That shit was funny, where they're both drunk as fuck. Yeah. Doing that shit. But he also says that if he ends up choosing him, that they're gonna have one last match and then that'll be it. When they meet again in the ring, it won't be as friends, it'll be as competitors. And you also kind of saw a little bit of a dark side of Cody, a little sprinkle, which should be interesting once he actually turns there. But then we see Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga come out and basically tells Jey Usos, like, if any of the family is going to take the title away from Cody, it's definitely ain't going to be you. Oof.
You didn't mention the great beginning of their speech of how Toma told everyone to shh. Fucking national treasure.
You know what the wild thing is? He had great mic skills in New Japan.
And now he's a hyena.
And now he's a fucking hyena. Like,
did you guys see? I don't know if you guys saw that video on Instagram where they show Rhea and I don't know who else open up cards and they're like, "Who'd you get first?" And they go, so instead of saying
that is funny. No, I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, that was funny. I was like, "Oh damn."
So yeah, they have a little brawl, which leads them to having a main event tag team match where Cody and Jey Uso team up to face off against Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. And that happens a little bit later. Next up, we see Bianca Belair defeating Piper Niven to qualify for her Elimination Chamber match. That should be interesting. We always liked seeing fucking Bianca Belair do awesome feats of strength, and that's what we saw. We saw her do a KOD onto Piper Niven, and that's always crazy to see, just having her bam. DIY got Pretty Deadly defeated DIY in a non-title match, and now they get their shot, I want to say, at the titles. I'll say this. It took me a little bit to like appreciate what Pretty Deadly's bringing to the table. They're annoying. They're a classic heel annoying team. That's what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to not want to root for them. And yeah, we'll see where this kind of goes here. We also see a little bit later the Street Profits with their I want to say their comeback promo, where they're kind of like a little dark, and it's more like they have a chip on their shoulder, which makes sense. It kind of feels like they have been overlooked, and they're like, we're coming for the TNA. They're coming for the WWE Championship, Tag Team Championships, and they want the smoke. They put the whole tag team division on notice, and I'm really looking forward to that. I like this Street Profits, the more serious, more chip on their shoulder Street Profits. Next up, we see Drew McIntyre interrupted by Jey Uso and LA Knight after moving to SmackDown. He was out there basically saying why he moved to SmackDown, I guess. We see a triple threat match, right? Right. It was for the fucking qualifier Elimination Chamber match, where Drew McIntyre defeated LA Knight and Jimmy Uso to advance to the Elimination Chamber. Kind of felt like that was gonna happen, honestly. When I saw the matchup, it makes sense that Drew is in there. We might even see Damian Priest jump in there if he wins his qualifying match. Yeah. Next up, unless you guys have anything you guys want to say about this.
I like the finish, the whole Blunt Force and Claymore at the same time.
Yeah.
Little deal. But yeah, I had a feeling. It was also honestly spoiled for me that Drew won through Instagram. Because God forbid I just look at it for a second and before I catch up.
I try not to look at social media when I'm looking at wrestling or any type of event like that, because yeah, you're gonna get spoiled. Yeah.
I don't mean to look at it. It just
popped up.
Happens.
Yeah, and like I'll even put like so many times like hide post, like don't care, and it'll still just
they'll turn it into a meme and you'll still see it. We see Carmelo Hayes defeating Akira Tozawa. I honestly thought that Tozawa was gonna win, but yeah, it was like kind of a revenge match because after Carmelo Hayes got eliminated from the Elimination Chamber, from the Royal Rumble, Akira Tozawa was coming out and he ended up fucking him up, and that's how we saw Speed come in and do his spot. So yeah, we see Tozawa get beat up a little bit by Carmelo Hayes. But yeah, he ended up picking up that win. We see the
then I think the best thing was after the match as well, with R-Truth holding up, because I thought maybe we were going to do something with Tozawa losing, but there was also more of a joke with R-Truth of him dropping him.
Yeah.
And then going up to it was Jay, right?
Yeah, it was Jay.
Yeah.
Because then
that was
Cody
it.
comes in.
Yeah. Is R-Truth on SmackDown now, or is he still in Raw?
I want to say he might be in SmackDown, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. After the whole situation we talked about with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, with Nia Jax coming in, we saw Alexa Bliss come in for her qualifier match against Candice LeRae, and of course she picked up that win. We're going to see Alexa Bliss back in the Elimination Chamber. I don't know, maybe I forgot that that's her finisher, but it's a Sister Abigail into a DDT.
Yeah.
It kind of little reminds me of Ludwig Kaiser's finisher. It's like a little similar.
She had it first.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree.
But I mean, a lot of moves are just very similar.
Yeah.
Very small details. There's only so many things you can do.
True.
Yeah.
Very, very true. After that, we saw the main event of the evening. It was Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. But what are we forgetting? What's up?
During Alexa's match, she's being targeted by the White Six. Because during her match, during the match, she started doing the how the White Six do the flickering of the.
Okay. Yeah. I thought I saw that in the corner of my eyes or something. Like, I wasn't sure if I saw that or not.
Yeah.
Word.
I was like wondering where they were.
Yeah, because the same thing happened on Raw for some of Raw, but they announced that was KO doing everything backstage, trying to mess up everything.
Interesting. Makes sense, especially because she used to be with the Bray, and her short-lived little team up that they had there. Yeah, we saw Cody Rhodes and Jey.
Do you think they're gonna go after Braun Strowman, the White Six?
No, I'm pretty sure. At some point.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
Because he's in Raw right now, so unless he gets pulled to SmackDown in the next few weeks.
No, he's not.
No, he's a SmackDown. Never mind. No, he's a SmackDown. Never mind.
Yeah, like he's facing
and Jacob. That's right. Never mind.
Damian Priest and Fatu next week.
Scratch that out of the thing.
Interesting. I would love to see that. I would love to see the White Six kind of like terrorize the people that teamed up with Bray, but they have a reason to, right? They have to give them a reason to do it. Because for the last one, or at least when they were on Raw, they would always go after people that would betray their family or kind of not be good to their family. I mean, fuck, the bloodline's there. Talk about not being good to your family. It's a civil war within the family, so we might even see fucking the Wyatt Six go up against the bloodline, which would be honestly fucking cool. Like, I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
I didn't consider that. Very interesting. After the match, we see the return of Sol Sikoa fucking up Cody Rhodes with the spike, and it was a cool, like, quick thing. I kind of feel like they may have ran out of time, so he had to do it quickly. But I like this, the way that they did it. a lot of people online were saying this is a different Solo Sikoa, one that's not the tribal chief anymore. So we'll see. We'll see what type of Solo Sikoa we getting. I honestly thought that he was kind of come back as a face, but I'm glad that he's still coming out here and being a menace. What did you think of Solo Sikoa's return, guys?
I mean, it was about time. I thought it was going to return on the Rumble or something, but
yeah,
it's interesting to see where it goes. I had a feeling something like this was going to end the night. I wasn't sure what exactly, but seeing Solo sort of makes more sense. Coming back finally.
Yeah. What about you, Josh? What do you think?
Like you said, it felt like it was quick, but I don't think, like you said, he's not gonna be the tribal chief Solo no more. Hopefully, he goes back to the enforcer Solo, more dangerous, like Jacob Fatu.
Interesting. I honestly thought that maybe Fatu was gonna come out and like kind of want to take over the new bloodline type of thing. That's what I kind of felt like that was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But like this whole thing is puts it on its head. So I don't know I have no idea what they're gonna choose to do in this new storyline here. Intrigued, definitely intrigued. But yeah, that is the recap of the week. Let's move on to the main event. We're talking about the women's Mount Rushmore, Lucha Critics women's Mount Rushmore. The first time we did it was really fun, and it's time to like do it with the women. There's a lot of amazing talent that I kind of had a hard time trying to justify picking and trying to like see who has the better like just on titles alone impact. So because of that, I'm gonna go. My first entry of this round is Sasha Banks. She is currently holding 4 titles on top of her amazing career that she's had in WWE. She's one of the women that brought the women's revolution to light, or to the forefront, along with the other wrestlers that were around there. But for sure, got to give her nod. Yeah, dude, she always has I want to say a little similar thing to Charlotte, where the crowd kind of hates her, but they can also love her a little bit more at times. For me, I've always loved seeing an evil Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné. It fits her more. I don't know if you want to say it comes more natural to her, but yeah, Mercedes Moné is my first pick in this round. We'll go with Josh. Who do you want to choose for the first round here?
So I kind of had to do this on the fly because I was busy with work. So
it's all good.
My first one, she is a legend in herself. Sadly, she's not here with us anymore. It's the 8th wonder of the world, China.
Talk about impact.
Yeah. She was an enforcer. She won, I think, the women's belt. She was in the men's Royal Rumble. She had great stuff like with Eddie Guerrero, with Triple H, DX. She's like one of the forefront runners for women in wrestling.
I want to say also Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Two-time
Intercontinental Champion. Big impact, especially around that time where like women not necessarily getting their due.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good nomination. That's All right. Warren, who is your choice for this round?
I mean, I was actually going to choose China as well.
Nice.
That was my first one. Also, to comment on Sasha, I like Sasha, but she's not the horsewoman I would choose to put in the Mount Rushmore. Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna go with China first. I first started wrestling like during the DX era. She was very dominant, first person to be in the men's, like she was the women's champion, and like when she was the women's champion, you didn't think anyone would have even be able to challenge her or be on her level. So that's why they've sort of moved her to Intercontinental Champion. I wouldn't be surprised if her career turned out a different way if she actually would have been like the actual world champion.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it happening. Yeah.
No, for sure. That's definitely a good point on that one. Who you picking for this round?
Oh,
China.
No, as in you have to put in a nomination. You have to put up a person.
China.
You're still fucking Josh already has China.
Well, I was gonna choose China anyway. That's what we did last time.
Whack.
Basically, if we had this.
Well, all right then. Well, China wins this round for sure. Clearly. I'll just say this. Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné, current TBS champion, has Tag Team of the Year by CBS Sports. The current Chaotic Wrestling Women's Champion, has an ESPY, Independent Wrestling Women's Champion, is a IWGP Women's Champion and a Strong Women's Champion currently. Sports Illustrated Match of the Year, Woman of the Year, Feud of the Year, like a bunch of accolades to her name. I just want to put that out there before we put up China for the nomination, because I know this is a losing effort here.
I'm not saying she's bad. I'm just saying this is the Mount Olympus. Like, you got to choose the top
impact
4.
Absolutely.
Like,
I'll go ahead and just say I just want to make sure like I put this all out there for the people who are going to watch this. Like, she's definitely has her impact. Her current impact is her story is still going, but because we're talking about history and what it meant, what it's been able to do, what their careers have been able to do for other people, China wins this first nomination. She is our first person on the Mount Rushmore. All right.
There's so many people I wish I could choose for this instead, which I'm not going to, because I have to be real and honest. All right.
All right. Well, all right. Go ahead and choose we'll start with Warren. Warren, second round. Who are you choosing?
All right. I'm just going in order, and like, sure, China was great, but when you think of the women's division, you think of one or two people who really started it and really made it popular more so than it used to be. And I'm choosing the one that I think actually was, I hate to say it, the better wrestler of the two. Ooh. And I'm going with Lita.
Fucking Lita.
Her matches like with Trish was always respected. Like, she was actually, wasn't she like the first, her and Trish were the first women to ever like main event a Raw as well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I believe. Like, when you saw Lita's matches, it wasn't just like, oh, we're gonna see a pretty women just try to attempt wrestling. You're like, we're gonna see some good wrestling. Like, she's gonna go and she like wrestled with the boys for a little bit as well. Like, I remember, I think Stone Cold gave her the stunner. Yeah. Sure, Triple H pedigreed her. Edge speared her. I'm sure Matt Hardy gave her a twister fey. Like, she's been through tables. She's been through chairs, ladders, everything. And
broke her fucking neck.
And like, she's
in the ring.
Wow. Yeah, that too. And still finished the match, I believe.
Still finished the fucking match, bro.
Yeah. Come on, Biggie. Lita broke her neck and bitch.
Yeah, good nomination. Is that all?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Josh, who do you have for this round?
So before I go to my nomination, I also wanted to ask, she took a socko with barbed wire to the mouth too.
God damn, I forgot of that. Hell yeah, Lita.
So for me, my nomination, she's still on the roster, but she's more like a veteran. She helps a lot in the back and train the women, but she also had won championships like the Divas champion. She trained in the Heart Dungeon. So my nomination is Natalia.
Damn, that's a good nomination too. Definitely deserves her due. Is a future Hall of Famer in my opinion, without a doubt. The only problem with her career, I just feel like she wasn't necessarily pushed as much as I thought she was gonna be, especially for being like in the fucking family dynasty that she's in. She had the title, like I want to say, let's look that up.
Because I know she had matches with Charlotte that were good and with Ronda too.
Yeah.
But she never got the big one.
Yeah, I was like, unfortunately, I feel like I've never seen her in a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, like, she's had okay matches. I respect the work she does, but
yeah.
I'm like, I'm never excited for a Natalie match.
No, I was when she faced Charlotte. They actually gave a really good match. That was, I think, her best match she's ever did because she almost beat her too.
All I know is I was like booing her this Royal Rumble because she had, like almost eliminated two of my favorites. So I'm like, no, Natalie, don't you dare throw Io out.
Oh,
you don't deserve to be near Io.
So, real quick, her championships are Divas Championship one time, SmackDown's Women's Champion one time, the Women's Tag Team Champion one time with Tamina, and Women's Speed Champion, a number one contender tournament winner. And yeah, that's all she's able to accomplish. But outside of that, no
one cares about the Speed Championship.
Aside from that, she's had Pro Wrestling Illustrated number 4 top 50 women's wrestlers, number 66 out of 150 female wrestlers, and number 28 of top 50 tag teams in 2021. Interesting.
You're also forgetting she's the boat.
Excuse me?
She's the boat. You don't remember when she was calling herself the boat?
No.
Best of all time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember, yeah.
She's like, I'm the boat. I'm like, okay, Natalie.
All right, Natalie. Fuck yeah. Canadian American doing it big.
Oh, yeah. And one more thing, she was a permanent star of Divas show, so.
True. She was on that shit like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I had to be strategic in who I'm picking right now. Lita was also on my list, so I'm most likely gonna pick Lita this round. But because I need to put up a nomination, I'm gonna put up someone on my list here.
Lita.
No, I'm gonna pick Lita regardless, because like out of the people we were talking about,
why waste a choice for another?
Because I have 6 people I can choose from. And, you know, might as well throw a name out there. Gail Kim. For those who don't know Gail Kim, let me tell you about Gail Kim. Gail Kim is an unsung hero. She has had amazing fucking matches when she was not in the WWE. Now, she's had like kind of great matches, like a few. But the shit that she's been able to do outside, specifically TNA, she deserves the TNA Hall of Fame that she got inducted to. Let me real quick. She was a Impact Knockouts champion 7 times, the first ever Impact Knockouts champion. I want to add, she was Tag Team Knockouts champion once with Madison Rayne. She won the Gauntlet of the Gold twice in 2007 and 2016. She also won the Queen of the Knockouts. She got a World Cup with Jeff Hardy, Gunner, Rockstar Spud. A lot of these people are from TNA. Like I said, she won the Hall of Fame in 2016 for TNA, and TNA Year-End Award also went to her. And she was a one-time women's champion in the WWE. So she's had an amazing career. I'll just say that much about her. Always puts on a fucking hell of a show, has great mic skills, and I always hear good stuff outside, like production wise, how she was able to like inspire people and help them like figure out shit in their character, at least in the TNA when she was in TNA. Kind of wish that they would have done a little bit more with her in WWE, but here we are. She became the first diva in history to win the championship in her debut, much similar to Paige when she went into her main call-up debut. But yeah, very cool. That is my pick. Let's do the picks. I'll go ahead, and even though I just said all this great things about Gail Kim, who she definitely deserves all the accolades, I'm picking Lita, man. Fucking Team Extreme is a big part of what I remember when I was a kid. I love that shit. Her getting the chair shots from Stone Cold Steve Austin while she was on top of fucking Matt Hardy. Her whole like real story where she cheated on Matt. So Edge, they kind of had they literally wove that shit in because the internet was blowing up and they're like, fuck it, we'll just use it. That became a whole big thing. The shit that she did in TNA, let me just say that. Also, amazing matches in TNA for Lita. Amazing matches in AAA. Amazing matches in like just outside of what she was able to do in WWE. Picking Lita. Warren, I can only assume you're gonna pick Lita. Yeah. Josh, who you picking?
Well, I like Natty, but I have to go with Lita because like Lita, she was a good high flyer. She's done a lot of things in WWE. She had one of the funniest retirements.
Remind me.
With what's it called, the Crime Time, when she lost, they started selling her stuff to the audience.
Damn.
And then one of them was like it was like a lotion for women down there because they get like yeast infections and they're selling that. And JBL was like, oh, because I guess they also brought out her panties. So JBL was like, I'll buy some of her panties.
Fucking JBL, fucking creep.
Yeah.
Just real quick, let me run down a little bit of what she was able to accomplish. Lita, 4-time WWE Women's Champion, 1-time Tag Team Champion with Becky Lynch, Women's Championship Tournament winner in 2006. Yeah, and the Hall of Fame in 2014. Amazing work that she's done. Sports Illustrated Wrestling Feud of the Year, like I said, Edge versus Matt Hardy, that whole situation in 2005. And she also got Woman of the Year in 2001. Amazing career that she's had. Definitely deserves the second spot there. Moving on to the next round. All right, Josh, you start this off. Who are you picking for this round?
So I'm gonna go with someone that's present right now, and that is Bianca Belair.
Bianca fucking Belair, another person who I almost chose.
She is very athletic. She's strong. She's won championships. Right now, she's the current tag team champion. She's won, if I remember correctly, NXT champion. She's been WWE Women's Champion, and she has a bright future still.
Still brighten her fucking story, absolutely. Anything else you wanted to add about Bianca Belair?
Just like I said, she's athletic and super strong. Because I see her when you say she does those moves like with Piper Niven, and you're like, where does she get all the strength from?
Crazy power, amazing power that she has. Just real quick, she is a WWE Women's Champion twice. Has a SmackDown Women's Championship once. WWE Tag Team Champion twice with Jade Cargill and Naomi. Women's Royal Rumble winner in 2021. 9th Women's Triple Crown Champion. And let's see, up here in the Sports Illustrated, she has Women of the Year 2020. Number 1 in the top 150 women, female wrestlers in 2021. And again, number 1 for the top 100 tag teams with Jade. Interesting that they gave her that in 2024. Huh.
She also just got moved to mid card.
Yeah,
she got moved to mid card.
Yeah.
I guess that would be considered a mid card, right? The tag titles.
But Naomi's top card.
Really?
Yeah. I noticed that, like on the picture they were showing the top cards, like Naomi was there and Bianca was listed as mid card.
Interesting.
First time in her career.
Hey, she got the what do they call it? The Elimination Chamber spot, so you never know. She might be able to turn that around. But yeah, amazing career, still riding her career, and I'm excited to see what she can bring, what else she can bring coming up. Right. We'll start with Warren, or we'll continue with Warren. Warren, who's your nomination for this round?
Bianca would be my 5th choice for the Mount Rushmore. Like I was very thinking about it, and I like Bianca more than who I'm actually going to choose. But if we have to literally go with the Mount Rushmore, Charlotte Flair has to go on it.
Damn,
she's the queen. Like she's out of the horsewoman. I would put her. Like she does have the most title reigns. She's won the Royal Rumble twice. She's, I don't know, she's always in the championship picture. She's actually a great wrestler. You can't really deny that either. She lives and breathes the sport. You can't deny it as much as you might want to.
All right. So my gripes with Charlotte Flair, amazing wrestler, amazing mic skills. She knows how to like adapt to the situation, which takes time. I think she's so good at being like just like an entitled cunty fucking person that I can't not see her that way. I guess she's doing her job for sure, 100%. But I also kind of feel like if she wasn't her daughter, I mean her father's
Ric Flair's?
Yeah. If she wasn't Ric Flair's daughter, she wouldn't have had the push that she's had. Well, that's just where I stand on that. Is it going to be hard to like not vote for her in this round? Absolutely, because she's fucking. How many titles has she won? Close to 15, just like her father.
Yeah, I mean, she's 14.
14. Bruh. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about Charlotte Flair before we move on to my pick?
No.
All right, let me just read off some of her accomplishments here, because I know she's had a couple of titles, at least in the WWE. All right, Women's Championship 6 times, SmackDown Women's Champion 7 times, 1 time and final Divas Champion, NXT Women's Champion twice, Tag Team Women's Champion once with Asuka, 5th Women's Triple Crown Champion, 4th Women's Grand Slam Champion, NXT Women's Championship Tournament winner in 2014, a Women's Royal Rumble winner in 2020 and 2025, Slammy Award winner in a Match of the Year in 2024 with Rhea Ripley, and she also got Match of the Year in 2018 with Becky Lynch. Feud of the Year with Sports Illustrated 2016 with Sasha Banks, Rookie of the Year in 2014, Woman of the Year in 2016, fucking wild. 2 years took her to do that. Match of the Year in 2023, like I said, with Rhea Ripley, and ranked number 1 out of the top 50 women wrestlers in 2016. Yeah, interesting. For my pick this round, I had to be strategic because there's another one. It's going to be a losing effort, but we're going to go with a little bit of a history. A little bit, not totally back. Molly Holly. Molly Holly is a current Hall of Famer. Someone who I felt like was another unsung hero of the time where she was wrestling. She was a part of the Hardcore Hollies. I love the stable group that kind of introduced her to the crowd that they had going on. She was WWE Women's Champion twice. She was a Hardcore Champion once, and she got inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2021. Definitely recognizable. Had amazing moments in the WWE. She did a lot of stuff, a little bit of stuff with Santino Marella. That shit was funny to me. But yeah, definitely. I'd put her up there for sure if we were putting that up. Voting time.
Before you forgot, also she had her hair shaved.
She also got her head shaved. Fucking down. Look at you. She also they had this weird like romance going with Spike Dudley, which I forgot about. I forgot about that. Interesting. She also was the sidekick for the Hurricane when they were doing that whole superhero thing.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting there. But yeah, voting time. It's kind of hard not to vote against Charlotte Flair in this one. I hate that. But I guess we're gonna go with Charlotte Flair, unless you guys have any. Most likely you guys are gonna choose Charlotte as well.
It's gonna be 2 against 1 anyways. I'm going for Bianca.
Fuck me, Bianca though.
I changed my vote. I vote for Molly Holly. No, I'm voting for Charlotte. I mean, I like Bianca better. Maybe down the line, history will change, and I'd be like, I'd rather put Bianca on here rather than Charlotte. But as of right now,
Charlotte.
I'd more for Charlotte. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to choose Charlotte because of my kind of love-hate disdain for her.
Same.
But because we're talking about accomplishments, their impact in the wrestling biz, she's currently hopefully gonna have a match with Tiffany Stratton, the new generation of Charlotte Flair. Like, you got to give it up. Definitely she won the spot, is the 3rd spot in the Mount Rushmore. Moving on to the final round of the Mount Rushmore, and I'll start this one off. I have 2 people I can choose from, and I can go with a little history or I can go with a little bit more contemporary. I fucking love Asuka. I'm choosing Asuka for this round. Asuka has had an impactful career, and when she started in NXT, she came out fucking with being a menace, just having a winning streak that Triple H fucking brilliantly kind of crafted and had a good push before giving her to fucking Vince and having her kind of window off a little bit. But yeah, if I can read just a little bit about Asuka real quick. It was between Asuka and Victoria. Victoria is another one who's had an amazing career both in WWE and outside of WWE. But because of I just, I fucking dig Asuka, man. She did amazing work in New Japan, kind of made herself a viral sensation so that she can get booked more in Japan, and that's how she kind of started her thing. And she also not necessarily did OnlyFans, like the OnlyFans of Japan, to get herself notarized, but people would talk shit to her because of that. Like she did like risque pictures, not necessarily nude, but just like but bikinis and stuff.
Yeah.
But people would see that and they would kind of be like, oh, you're just using your body to get notarized. I'm like, fucking, it's wrestling, bro. Like, what the fuck do you expect? So if I can read off a little bit of her championship reigns here in the WWE. WWE champion 3 times, SmackDown Women's Champion once, NXT Women's Champion once, a Women's Tag Team Champion 4 times with Kairi Sane, Charlotte, and Alexa Bliss. Women's Money in the Bank winner 2020, Women's Royal Rumble winner 2018, the 3rd Women's Triple Crown champion, the 2nd Women's Grand Slam champion, mixed match challenge winner with The Miz, NXT year-end award where she got the Female Competitor of the Year in 2016 and 2017, overall Competitor of the Year 2017, year-end reward for WWE Women's Tag Team of the Year with Kairi Sane in 2019. I forgot about that whole mixed match fucking shit. Asuka,
I remember AJ and Charlotte Flair were tag team.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot about that. Let me read off a little bit of the Sports Illustrated. She was number 1 on the top 50 females in 2017. She was ranked number 9 top 50 tag teams in 2020 with Kairi Sane, and she also got Woman of the Year in 2017. Amazing career. Love when she's going to come back. Love to see her when she gets back. And yeah, let's see what she brings to the table. Moving on to the next person. Josh, who do you have for us this time?
And before I go to mine, her Money in the Bank one wasn't really Money in the Bank because the championship was already in the suitcase because Becky
still won.
Still won, but to me it feels like it's in there.
It's like she literally cashed it in right away.
Yeah.
So real quick, I honestly thought because of the rumors that were going out online that Cody was gonna have a similar situation and he was gonna give the belt to Jay. I felt like that might have happened that could have happened last SmackDown because of what people were saying online, and he's injured and he's gonna have to relinquish the belt. I was like, damn, that would have been pretty cool.
Nah. When they said like tune in on Friday to find out what's wrong with Cody, I'm like, oh, he's fine.
All right, Josh, who you got?
So my final one, she's a little like old school, but not. She's just came back to the WWE. She's not wrestling anymore. She's more like the voice for the women. She's in the back. She does her thing. She's married to the CEO, I would say, Triple H. Stephanie McMahon. She had her little wrestling run, even though she's the daughter of Vince McMahon. But I like what she did when she was wrestling. She was a good general manager at it too. She was able to pull Brock Lesnar from Raw to SmackDown. She ended up the Undisputed Championship and she destroyed it.
Fucking Stephanie McMahon. I can't believe you had to pick that person.
No, because she saved John Cena's career.
She saved John Cena's career. How?
Mm-hmm. Oh, because she heard him rap.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I heard about that story. Yeah,
and that's how he came out with the basic economics and everything.
Interesting. Let me read off a little bit of her accolades here in the WWE as far as championships a little bit. One-time women's champion, Insult of the Year 2013 against Big Show, Rivalry of the Year in 2014 with the Authority versus Daniel Bryan. Let's see here, Sports Illustrated Feud of the Year with Eric Bischoff in 2002, Feud of the Year in 2013 with Daniel Bryan with the Authority. Most hated wrestler of the year in 2013. Most hated wrestler again in 2014 with Triple H, and she got Woman of the Year in the year 2000. Interesting. Definitely going to be a hard choice in this round. Good fucking choice. Righty, Warren, who do you have for us?
I don't think it's going to be a hard choice. Because you both forgot who's actually on top, who should have been honestly the first one in this Mount Rushmore or whatever, and that's Rhea Bloody Ripley, mommy herself. She's, I don't know, more popular than really anyone. Maybe you could even argue men's as well. Even when she was a heel, she was always popular. She's like one of the best, like, I think, female wrestlers in the business right now. I don't see anyone really stopping her. Like, I know she's got the comparison to Chyna, but honestly, I see her being way better and beyond than Chyna was. Like, Chyna, I know we're saying this, nominating her earlier, putting her on the list as well, but I'm like, she wasn't that great of a wrestler. I think if it wasn't for the trailblazing part, maybe I love saying this because I'm arguing my own nominee that we already put in. I chose herself, but I think Rhea is just even beyond that as well. So I don't know.
You're gonna make me choose between Asuka and fucking Rhea.
Listen, I love Asuka as well. Like, trust me, the fact that I didn't even choose Bayley hurts me. You could argue, but I gotta go with the most logical one. That's
fucking
Rhea.
Mommy. Fuck me.
Yeah.
All right, so a little bit of her championship in the WWE's. A Raw Women's Champion once, Women's World Champion twice, Women's Tag Team Champion once with Nikki Ash, NXT Women's Champion once, UK Women's Champion once, the inaugural one as well, Women's Royal Rumble winner in 2023, Women's UK Championship Tournament winner in 2018, 7th Women's Triple Crown Champion, 5th Women's Grand Slam Champion, and she has 3 Slammies. Match of the Year with Charlotte Flair in 2024, Faction of the Year in 2024 as a member of the Judgment Day, and Female Superstar of the Year in 2024. God damn. All right, we're voting now. I'm gonna vote last because I'm still don't know who I'm picking here. We'll go with Josh. Who are you picking, Josh?
Well, you can't deny Mommy anything, so.
God damn.
No, I like Stephanie. You know, she does her work in the background, but that's background.
It was, yeah. I didn't like. I think it's a good choice. I didn't think about it either, but I was like, yeah. I'm like, we're doing wrestling. It'd be
Maybe next time we'll do a background one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But
yeah,
don't get me wrong. Stephanie deserves her flowers as well. Same with Asuka, but yeah.
Warren, who are you choosing?
I'm choosing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm always choosing mine.
Oh man, I'm just trying to avoid choosing now. Big fan of both.
I don't think it matters.
Big fan of both.
You could re-nominate Asuka after she comes back and does more accomplishments, because right now she's been MIA.
It's true.
So you could
Rhea
probably argue China off.
Rhea Bloody Ripley fucking honestly can see her win the WWE Championship if they were to give her the fucking chance and have her run with it. She'd have an amazing run. And if they had at least a little bit more, what would they used to call it, the fortitude, if they had the sack to do it and have her go up against guys, it'd be pretty cool to see. Believable too. Like she's strong, she's fucking violent. I think she'd be able to like make it really fucking good, like intergender wrestling. If anyone could do it in the WWE, it'd definitely be Rhea. Yeah, we're going to go with Rhea for the last spot here. Great choices, guys. Definitely interesting rounds that we did today. So we got China, we got who was the second spot? I'm sorry.
Lita.
Yeah. Fucking Lita. Fuck yeah. Who was the third spot again?
Flair.
Fucking
Charlotte Flair.
Fucking Flair. And then we got Mommy on top. Lovely. Good shit, guys. Right. That is the show. Josh, where can they find you on the socials?
On Instagram at sis_Josh_818.
Hell yeah. Warren, where can they find you on the socials?
I'm on like Twitch and YouTube under Two Stoned, TU_STEUND.
Hell yeah. You can follow the show at Lucha Critics on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at Not So Intellectual Podcast at YouTube. We also have an Instagram under Not So Intellectual Podcast. You can find me, NSI Rick, under NSI Rick on Twitch, Kick, and I want to say sometimes on YouTube as well. But yeah, be sure to follow us, give us a like, give us a subscription, let us know what you guys want to see on the next show. Until then, see you guys next time. Bye.
Later.
Yo.
Be sure to follow me on all the social platforms at NSI Rick. And you can also email the show at notsointellectualpod@gmail.com. See you next time.